Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to another exciting one out here again tonight. And this time on a different track. I know we aren't too familiar with this one, but at least as of recent. But it's a nice change up for us. We're going to be on Daytona. Let me go and pull up our race info here.
Yeah, and I'm excited, Luke. This is going to be a long one. It's going to be a good one. 200 laps of madness here at Daytona. And, it's 78 degrees outside. It's a beautiful day. But, here we go.
It's going to be a long one. I know I'm definitely excited. We're in for a treat. 200 laps out here. I know we've been stuck on Talladega our last couple races, but, it's still, it's very exciting to see all these drivers out here again. I know we have quite the large field, but to start, we're going to have two different heats again, like one of our previous streams. We're going to have two different heats here, and that's going to decide the grid going into our final main event here in just a little while. But to start off here, I guess we can go and swap on over to the grid here. If you want to go and take the grid away, Kevin.
Yeah, and looking at our grid, we're going to have... This is going to be the first heat, mind you. It's going to be the pole of Tony Brent. In that first row is going to be him and Nathan Brown. Second row, we're going to see Nathan Gold and Jeffrey Hyatt. Third row, we're going to see Michael Wingo, familiar face, with Daniel McConnell. Fourth row is going to be James Batzer, then Kevin Walker. Fifth row is going to be Keith Todd and Nate Wimhoff. Then we're going to see Blake Bailey and Cody Harrelson, followed by Carolus Thiel and Will Wolf. Then we're going to see Joshua Colburn Jr. and Raymond Woodis. Then we're going to see Bob Klein and Josh O'Brien. Then we're going to see Dakota Williams and Joseph Johnson, followed by Brandon Jones and Donald Green, Derek Jester, Casey Wynn. Then it's going to be followed out by William Thayer.
And man, I know I'm very excited for our main heat here. And I know just going into this first little heat, it's hard to get excited too early on, but at the same time, I'm overwhelmed here, getting too excited over this big event we got going on.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Look, I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a tight one. I'm really excited for these heat races. I'm a fan of those because, sometimes you're not great at qualifying, and, these give you an opportunity to, get yourself up there for the main event, even if you're not the best qualifier. So I'm excited for this one. We're round and around. We're going to be going green this time by here at Daytona, and I think it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely, and we're currently loading up all of our schemes here. I know you hate to jump to it early, but I'm getting excited already with these schemes. It's always my favorite question of the night, Kevin. But as we wait for these to load in here, a lot of talented drivers out here, a lot of new faces for us. But then again, we have a couple familiar faces out here. Michael Wingo coming with us, I believe, over from MMS.
Yeah, and we know he's a great driver. He's going to be up there for a lot of these laps, I would assume. But it's going to be an interesting one. A lot of new drivers. A lot of people we aren't too familiar with, but the pace car is in, and we are underway in our first heat of the night here with Midwest Sim Sports. And the command is going to be with Brent, and he's going to take it. We are green. The heats are 15 laps apiece. Not much time. Got to make the move now. Led by Brent, then we got Gold, Hyatt, Brown, and Wingo is going to be your top 5 to start this thing going. 15 laps to go. We're single file here so far.
And man, we have so many drivers here. Trade Paints is taking a little extra long to load in, it seems. Many drivers out here.
It seems like, it might be an issue with trading paints. It's something we haven't seen yet, but we're going to try to get that figured out as soon as we can because we know that a lot of these schemes are, just creative and just great looking out here so far. And as we go across the backstretch, or go into turn 1 and 2, we're still single file here, led by Brent, Gold, and Hyatt.
We got a car in the infield back there. We got wrecking going on.
Oh, we're wrecking.
Oh,
we're wrecking big, and that's going to be the first caution of the night.
Oh, it's a big one already.
It is a big one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not what you want to see. We're going to see Thayer involved, I think. Woodis, maybe.
Looks like it's going to be Joshua Colburn Jr. getting into that one early. It's going to hop in the onboard. And oh yeah, everyone's just getting loose. And oh,
Ooh, collects at least 4 or 5 cars. Not what you want to see.
Let's go and go back just a little bit and just see the overhead of what happened there on that one. He starts around that turn, and it looks like it's going to be the number... Is that number 54, I believe? Got turned there? It's hard to tell. I believe that's going to be number 54 that got turned up there in front of him, and it just led to a lot of other cars. Yeah, it's going to be the 54. It's going to lead to extra cars being collected. Not what you like to see early. It's going to be multiple cars collected here.
Yeah, that's mayhem to start the night. I want to say we're going to be maybe 10 laps to go when we come back, and I don't know if these drivers are going to be able to recover from that one that we're running up in the top 10. Hopefully it doesn't set the tone for the night. You know, 2 laps in, huge caution. We don't want to see these drivers get knocked out of such an important race so early. But once again, this is just a heat race. So anything can still happen. You know, a lot of racing to go tonight. I mean, a lot of it.
We are definitely in for a treat. I do believe it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is our longest broadcast yet. Right?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, Luke. And yeah, we're still seeing issues with the trading paints. We're not sure what that's all about. We might, you know, after the heat races, we might try to restart, see if we can get everything back sorted out. But we'll keep you updated on that, you know, as we try to figure out what's going on there. But yeah, these cars are sorted out, single file, under the pace, and not a good look for a few of these drivers so far. But Brent is still going to be your leader.
I believe our trade paint is just finishing up here. It's going to have a few issues, so we had to restart it there. But, man, honestly, it's kind of overwhelming here, seeing almost the size of the races we're used to broadcasting here in just our first heat race. Kind of crazy to start us off here. Yeah, looks like we're going to see a good plethora of pits here. After that first wreck, I know it collected quite the number of cars.
Yeah, and once again, you know, everyone just being a little overexcited, I think, Luke. Just getting into this one, trying to make something happen in these heat races, try to give themselves a good position in the main event, and it just, you know, too many people trying to do too many things in too short of an amount of time here early in this heat one.
It can definitely get chaotic early, that's for sure. And to think we're not even in the main race yet, and we're already getting this much action to start us off, it really gets me excited for the big race we got coming up here in just a short while. Alright, I believe it does show that we have our trade paints on and correct. If anybody in the chat notices that they are incorrect, please let us know, and we can hopefully we might have to change it up here after the first heat race here.
And, you know, I think we're going green this time by maybe one more. I'm not quite sure. But these cars are side by side. And, yeah, the pace cars end. So we are going green this time by as they enter the tri-oval. And the lead is going to be by Brent again. Earlier restart than we're used to at Talladega. At Daytona here, it's, you know, pretty early. And we are green, led by Brent, Hyatt, Goldwingo, and McConnell. We're tonight in Heat 1. And we are single file for the first 4, then we're going about side by side all the way through the rest. We are going through the gears, getting up to speed here at Daytona International. And it gets mixed up there in the back, you know, Luke. Everybody trying to make something happen. Not many laps. With just 15 laps in these heat races, everyone in the back really trying to shoot for the front in no time. Whereas these, as you can see, these front 6 or so are,
Oh, we got turning! Someone's backwards!
Uh-oh.
Car in the infield! It's gonna be the number 4 of John, oh no, it's even getting mixed up behind him. Who was that on the infield back there? It's gonna be Kevin Walker. Yep, Kevin Walker completely sideways there and managed to save it in the tri-oval. What a save. But we are still green here as we go and jump back live. That backpack's still a little shaky, it seems, after that beginning altercation, but they're going to hopefully tighten things back up and regain here with our leaders. But they're still running that just single file wide racing. Try not to test it too early here. We still have 10 laps to go. Just trying to play it safe here and probably conservative just to start us off here.
Yeah, and good on them for being able to keep it green, keep it minimalized to just a couple cars in this incident. 9 to go, not going to be much racing left. We want to see as much green as we can, and we are going to see that. And yeah, as you're saying, another issue with trading paint. Not sure what that's all
the
about.
refresh. That would be the refresh. We're waiting on them all to refresh now, so they're all loading through, I believe.
We are green. We are single file. We are going through it at Daytona. How about we take an onboard with the 10 car of Hyatt, as he is giving good pushes to the leader of Brent. Yeah, and they're going over 190 miles an hour, keeping it single file, keeping it fast, not letting that backpack catch them whatsoever. And that's what you like to see here from these leaders. That's what you got to do to get yourself, in a good position to win this thing.
I couldn't agree with you more, especially with these big, oval tracks such as Daytona and Talladega. Drafting really does become one of the big factors here, especially getting these positions here for the heat races. If you're wanting to start yourself up front with your team, getting a good position here going into the end of the heat races, it really does matter. Yeah, they're still going to be single file here. They're just wanting to keep it pretty clean and conservative. I think it's going to be single file all the way back. I think we'll see them here as they round out. Yeah, they're going to be single file pretty much all the way back.
Yeah, it's an interesting look. Maybe just not trying to be too aggressive in these heat races, save it for the real race. I think top 20 make it into the real race. It might be top 18 or 19 with some last chance qualifiers. I'm not quite sure, but there are going to be a few cars getting kicked out here. So, you want to stay vigilant, but you don't want to be too safe, or else you not make any moves and not make it to this main race.
Speaking of making moves here, I believe I saw a car on that high line back there starting to maybe make their way up. Yeah, it looks like they're going to have only a single car up here on that high line, unfortunately. I think he's going to fade back here as these guys are just holding it single file all the way through.
Yeah, and that's the issue here at Daytona and Talladega and the other super speedways. You want to make that other line, but you're scared to because, if you make it and no one comes with you, it just, it shakes things up. It really kills your momentum, it kills your speed, and it makes it hard to make anything happen. As we're now at 6 to go. Backstretch.
Another car fanning out here to go out wide. Full single file though up near that front group. Yeah, a lot of these cars breaking off. It appears most of these cars that have broken off here have been from the early on in that wreck. That I don't think they're going to have. Oh, wait, we got a yellow flag out. Here's some cars are off the track here.
We're going to have to take a look at that. It wasn't towards the front, I don't want to say. So, that's good to see.
Oh, wait a minute. We are receiving word of a crash here. Josh, oh, yeah. Yep, we got something going on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened. Looks like it's going to be Joshua Colburn Jr. again, I believe, for the second time tonight here. They're going to be too wide here. Looks like it's going to be the 88 there. 88 of Joshua Colburn getting into it there with, I believe, who is that next to him? It's going to be the number 88 getting into the number 48. It's going to be Joshua Colburn getting into, I believe... That's going to be Nate Wemhoff. It's going to be unfortunate there. That's... let's go and hop on board that Polaris car. What number is that one? It's tough to tell here. I don't think I see a number on that car. But it looks like the number 88 just slightly gets into the number 48 there. And just the slightest bit of contact, he slides back up to that high end and just cuts down low and just gives the 48 that slight bump and looks like it kind of knocked himself off edge as well.
Yeah, and I don't want to cut you off, Luke, but I would like to let the viewers know that this is the broadcast for our first heat. We're going to switch over to a different broadcast for Heat 2 in the main race because we're having some not only trading pain issues, but it seems that we're having some bitrate issues. Maybe the stream isn't as clear as you guys would want it to be. So we're gonna refresh in between these races, maybe take 60 seconds, get things sorted out, and we'll be right back, but it will be another another stream, so just letting you guys know that that's going to happen after the first heat, but before the second heat gets going.
Yeah, man, our second caution out here, only in our first heat race. I personally expected these heat races to be a little more clean going into it, but it's definitely a nice change up and pretty exciting to see this happen early. Yeah, we're gonna see some pits here, I believe.
No, just a
Nope.
fake, I think. Just you don't need fuel in these heat races.
I was about to say.
So just someone messing around out there a little bit, having some fun. But yeah, I think with the wrecks we've seen, as long as you can keep it straight and keep it in that front pack, those cars that haven't been involved are going to be the ones that we're going to see in this heat race. And with that being said, now you want to just keep it kind of clean if you're in that top 15 or so. Keep it clean. Try to stay out of trouble. You know. That is a good question. I think the main race is gonna fade into the night some, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. Um, yeah, this one's at the normal Daytona time schedule, so I think with this being as long as it is, towards the end of the main event, we might see nightfall. Yeah, and well, like I said, we're just having some trading pain issues as well as just some overall bitrate issues, so we will be restarting stream.
That'll all be hopefully fixed here when we get into our second heat. If not, it will be definitely fully rounded out by the time we get ready for this main event. It's just with so many cars here, it just becomes a bit of a graphical issue here. So many different custom paints here to load in, but this will hopefully.
But yeah, we're going
round
around. I think we're going to be green this time by as the cars are now double file. We're going to be coming to it with what was it, Luke? 3 to go.
Let's take a look here. Yep, it's gonna be actually start 2 to go here as we cross the start finish.
A little 2-lap dash to see how this heat 1 finishes, and it's going to be the command of Brent once again. Tony Brent, a perfect race so far. Can it continue? Pace car is in. We're in the restart zone, and we are green, ladies and gentlemen. 2 laps to go here at Daytona. Let's see what can happen. Gold in second, Hyatt in third, Wingo in Batser, McConnell drops to 6th. Brent maintaining lead as they're single file through the first 4 and double file all the way back through. Yeah, I mean, you can just see we're having some graphical issues there on the double files in the back. I'm not sure what's going on. These cars are not as spread out as we're seeing on the stream. So, disappointing, but we'll get it figured out by the second heat race. And we are white flag out. The leaders are single file still. A lot of these cars are 2-3 seconds back already. Probably some damage, I would assume, but
yeah, Tony Brent just taking the cake. He's leading us off here as we go across that back straightaway. Still single file. You gotta wonder, is that second line going to start to form here?
Yeah, and once with it being a heat race, you know, you don't want to mix
Oh, we
things
got a
up
car
too
below
much.
the apron. Tony Brent below the yellow, and it's going to be 3 wide as we get ready to cross. Oh, never mind. 2 and... Oh, yep. I believe it's going to be
Brent's
Tony
gonna take it.
Brent.
Oh, and some
Yep,
crashing
and
afterwards.
little extracurricular activities going on after crossing the start finish there, and I believe it is going to be your unofficial result. It's going to be Tony Brent taking that one
Pole
there.
position now in the main race. That's a great win for him. The 28 car of
Man,
Tony Brent, just a domination, just great look for him. Really promising for him getting into this main race. And unofficially, your top 10 is going to be Brent, Hyatt, Gold, Wingo, McConnell, Brown, Wimhoff, Todd, Batzer, and Woodis. And, you know, a lot of the cars, 15, 20 seconds back, didn't take the repairs they needed, just trying to get across that line and get into the main race. But we will be back, ladies and